talking about how to stand out in a job opportunity post on social media. This could also be in school, it could be on LinkedIn, Facebook, it doesn't matter. You're in a group, you're in a community, you're hanging out somewhere, and you see somebody posting a job opportunity. You guys see these all the time. All right? It has hashtag job up. Hello, my client and I are both looking for someone to help us build our websites. My client is XYZ. They need something updated. I don't have a website at all. I'm starting from scratch. My business is a recruiting business, no catalog, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested in helping one or both of us, please at least send me a sample of what you've done in the past so we can get an idea of your work. Thank you. Now, right off the bat, I got to tell you, I got to criticize this job op. It is way too easy to find these, by the way. They're everywhere. There are job opportunities everywhere online. Today, I'm going to tell you how to actually get those job opportunities. But if you are the poster, if you are somebody looking to hire a VA, or in this case, a website designer, it is really important that you have a much clearer call to action than that, and that you maybe are even doing some filtering, right? Like, do you have any requirements? Where is this website going to be built? Is it going to be on WordPress? Is it going to be on ClickFunnels? Is it going to be on Squarespace? Is it going to be on Wix? It's really broad what this person is asking for. So that's part of the problem. But the bigger problem is that there are 142 comments, 98 likes, and almost all of the comments sound like this. Hey, name, they tag the person. I'd be happy to help. Somebody else says, I messaged you. Someone else says, I DM'd you. Someone else said, I'm your girl. That's just what I have in the screenshot. So the first 4 comments, and it just goes on and on. 142 people are saying, hand raise, I'm your girl, I'm your person, but without actually proving it. And what I want to tell you is that none of those people are being seen by anybody, not the original poster, not anybody else who's seeing it, which, by the way, is a really big secret to like visibility when you are interacting in social media. Other people can see it too. So you're not just being helpful for the original poster. Anybody else coming in and commenting it or lurking in the comment section is going to see what you have to say. So you want to make sure that what you have to say is worthwhile. And I have 3 ways for you to do that and actually stand out so that when you see these job opportunity posts, you are getting a sales call off of them. The first is to lead with a bold, relevant headline or copy, right? If you're in the comments saying I'm your girl when 40 other people also said I'm your girl, or saying I sent you a DM when this person is getting 40 other DMs, this person had to turn off commenting. Their request for help, they wanted to give someone money to help them build a website, and all they did was get inundated with spam. That is so discouraging. Now, again, we learned that it's kind of her problem. She didn't make a very solid post or call to action, but still, how overwhelming and how defeating for this person that's now basically just going to be filtering her messenger folder for the next 3 days, right? So instead, we want a bold, relevant headline, not just to get the poster's attention, but anybody else's attention after that. So let's say that this person was asking for help with podcasts, right? You might say podcast editor with 5 years experience, fast turnarounds, killer audio quality. That might be an example of like what you like, your standout thing. Let's say this person was looking for a VA who thinks like a project manager. Inbox zero is my love language. Like something kind of quirky, something like just a bold statement. It's not necessarily your power pitch or your I help statement, but it could be. You could say something like, I help coaches automate their workflows, and then you let them know specifically Honeybook and Dubsado specialist. For this person who has a website, you might say, I help whatever she was, right? I help coaches, or I can't remember, I think she, some type of consulting, whatever she did. I help consultants, make websites that convert. And then again, if she would have said what type of platform she wanted her website built on, you might say like ClickFunnels specialist or WordPress expert, right? So that it really stands out that you are in fact the person who is qualified to do the thing that the person is asking for. It's going to, purely by character count, it's going to stand out among all of the I DM'd you, pick me, I'm your girl, let's talk, like very basic, not cutting through the noise at all, because it's what half of the 142 comments probably said. So if you want to think about this like a formula, it might be like your title or niche and a key strength or result. It could be with niche, it could be like a platform that you're an expert in if it feels relevant to the post as well. And it could be your I help statement, it could be your power pitch, but you really just want to make sure that it is crunchy. Crunchy is better than like a full, complete run on sentence that says everything that you could possibly do. You really want it to stand out. Even feel free to use like capital letters and certain like emphasis to really get somebody's attention and make it that bold, relevant headline. Okay, that's your first tip. Second tip is make sure you are tailoring your response to the post. I cannot tell you how many people I think apply for jobs, raise their hand in job opportunity posts, want to put their name in the ring for freelancing gigs, all the different things, but they have not taken any time to consider if it's actually a good fit for them. So you definitely want to start there, but then to go a step further, you need to prove that you actually read the original post. So in case you don't know, I am friends with a lot of hiring managers. We've had many of them come into the Free Mama community and Freedom Founder Society and teach about what they're looking for. A lot of applications, which this person did not have an application, they didn't even have a clear call to action, but a lot of places that do, there's sort of a test in the application. They're going to tell you to do something very specific. I actually did this when I hired a social media manager. I said, if you are interested in this role, send an email to this email address with this as the subject line. There was a handful of people that did not do it. I did not even read their emails at all. I didn't even open them. It literally went straight to trash. Because if you think about the person hiring someone else, if you can't follow basic instructions or pay attention to those details, you're not going to be the right fit. And it's a great way for people who are getting inundated with 143 comments or whatever it was. It's a great way for them to sort of filter some of the noise so that they don't have to look at all 143. They can just focus on the top applicants who are going to be those people who follow instructions. So you have to prove that you've read the original post, and you need to reflect this language and the pain point that they have, the problem that they want solved. You have to reflect this back to them, and we're going to spice it up with some social proof. So you might say something like, you mentioned help. So you have your bold, relevant headline. Then you might say something like, you mentioned needing help with ABC. So in this case, you mentioned that you and your friend both need help polishing up and designing your new website for your new business. Okay, so you're reflecting back what the person asked for. Then we're going to add in some social proof. I call this posturing, but it's like the good kind of posturing where you're really just positioning yourself as the expert or the person who's capable of delivering the outcome. So you might say something like, I've helped 12 coaches ABC, right? I've helped 12 coaches launch their brand new website using Squarespace, whatever it is, right? Because again, in this instance, we don't know where she wants the website. So this is something that it kind of takes your bold, relevant headline. You're adding your qualifications in the form of that posturing or social proof. You've done this before. And you're also showing that you read what they wanted. You took the time to understand the assignment by repeating that back to them. So we've done 3 impressive things so far that already elevate you above the I'm your girl, or I sent you a DM, or I'm interested, which is what 99% of the comments on these job op threads are going to say, okay? But here's where we really drop the value. We're going to go above and beyond, and we're going to do it without gatekeeping. So the way that we do that is we are going to make a little video. Now you don't have to, because like I said, just with those first 2 steps, you already stand out above 99% of the people. But if you want that sure-in, if you want not only the original poster to give you attention, but for other people who are going to see this inside of LinkedIn or Facebook group or wherever this conversation is happening, if you want these other people to see it as well, you are going to make a video. I recommend using Loom. So you might say, in the comment, after you do your bold, relevant headline, and after you've responded to the post and dropped your social proof, you are going to say something like, here's a quick Loom video, or here's a 2-minute Loom video with 3 quick ideas for you. And then inside that video, you're also going to put your call to action. So if you don't have 3 quick ideas, let's say it's the website person, and she didn't say what platform she was using. Your Loom video might be telling her or suggesting to her what website platform she might use and what those benefits are. And your call to action might be like, if you're ready to get started with your Squarespace website, like, I'm going to include my Calendly link, in the comments of this video, or, shoot me a DM and we can have a conversation, or just comment in the comments and we can move things offline from there. Whatever your call to action is, but you want to tell them what you want them to do next. Usually it's going to be book a call. Let's have a conversation, or let me know how this sounds, and then tell them what to do, right? So again, those are your 3 steps. We want to lead with a bold, relevant headline. Use caps, find ways to bold it, use emojis. Any of those things are going to be visual noise that draws the other person's eye to what you're talking about. That is going to definitely get people's focus over the I'm interested in the hey girl, hire me comments that most people are going to leave. You're going to tailor your response to the post, showing the poster that you paid attention, you did your homework, you're listening for what they need, and you're going to do your posturing social proof to show them that you are in fact qualified already to help them solve that problem. And last, you are going to drop value without any gatekeeping. I can't tell you how often I get cold pitched. I get cold pitch emails all the time where someone will tell me that they made something for me and to hit reply if I'm interested in that thing. And I was not born yesterday, so I always know that this person didn't make the thing. They're only going to make the thing if I raise my hand, which from a time saving standpoint, that's great. But from receiving a cold pitch, I'm like, this is going to spam so fast. I didn't even have time to exhale. It's gone in my email. I'm not interested, right? So we want to drop value without gatekeeping. And again, last thing, what's so beautiful about standing out on these job opportunities in these public forums is that even if the original poster does not hire you or move forward, it is going to live there where other people are going to see it. So it is a great visibility exercise. It is great for exposure, and you never know who might come across it later. Now, there are other tips like don't forget to follow up, all of those types of things we will have to cover in another video. But if you found this helpful, let me know. I'm super interested if you have tried this tactic or if you have ever gotten a client off of a job opportunity post that you saw in a thread on social media. Let me know.